Behind you.
Thanks so much for checking out my metal cover of The Wiggle, and thank you to all the guys that picked something up in my merch store or bought
New metal cover every second Saturday.
find you.